Perfect. Hello, everybody. I'm Teddy, co-founder and CEO of DataRedKite.
Hi, everyone. I'm Alex, and I'm the co-founder and CTO of DataRedKite.
Great. So DataRedKite is a solution to audit and manage the technical data in the cloud providers. We created this solution during a project for a large French company in the transport industry. During this project with Alexandre, we noticed that it was very difficult to manage the data lakes. In fact, all the stakeholders had issues to handling the data in the data lakes. The managers could not keep the cost up to date during the project. The DevOps team struggled with the activities and the urbanization of the data lakes. And the security team cannot keep the accesses under control. So our solution is simple. DataRedKite will consolidate all the technical data and logs from the data lakes in the cloud providers platform to help engineers team and managers team to make informed solutions. Our solution is simple. For that, we install all the solution directly in the customer infrastructure. So no data will go out from your cloud providers, except, of course, a keep alive to be sure our solution is operational. Maybe, Alexandre, you can explain more the infrastructure.
Yeah, sure. So as you can see on the schema, all our solution is deployed on the client subscription. So it means all our components are in your subscription, and all our script and intelligence is running on your subscription. For now, we just need authorization through a REST group, and we deploy all our component automatically. And after that, all the data is processing. So we are using authentication to Azure AD, the different data lake, Gen 1 or Gen 2, and the blob container where the log are stored. And after that, we are modeling and processing everything and put all the result through your own subscription. So all the data we give it back to you are also stored in your subscription. It can be in blob in a storage account through Delta Lake format, in a SQL database, or even in Elasticsearch. And as Teddy told you, the only information which is going out of your subscription is just keep alive information about how our job are doing, how long are they turning, and so we can anticipate if any issue happens, or if we are going the new release, we can just check how the release is going on and stuff like that.
So, of course, thanks for the presentation, Alexandre. And I think the best way to understand what is our solution is maybe to show you a demonstration. Yeah, you can go on, Alexandre.
Yeah, so just to show you what our products is doing and what information you can have. So as I told you, DataRedKite manage and process all different information and put that through a container on Delta Lake Delta format. And after we give some report to the client, the first one, but of course they can change the report, they can use directly the information, but I'm going to show you the starter report we are using and what information you can have. So we have just 4 first dashboarding. So the first one, I'm going to show you just 2 of them, information and cost. So the first one, information, just give you a big picture of what do you have in your data lake, which user is using it, and how they are using it. So you can see the different subfolder and structure you have according to your urbanization. So when we start, when we deployed DataRedKite on your solution, on your subscription, sorry, we just have 1 or 2 meetings to understand your urbanization, because data lake urbanization are all different depending on the client. So we are defining the different zone depending on the client urbanization. So you can find all the different data provider, data source, data set, and stuff like that, how you urbanize it. And after you can check how entities are connected, how users get an authorization on the data lake as a number of source files folders. And for all data source, you can check the number of files, the medium file size, and other information. So I'm just going to get more information about this data source, for example. So I'm going there. I got all the users who get an authorization through this data source. I can check the different user with the last connection they get on that data source, and I got a top of deeper information about that data source. For the same, if I can check information about one user. So for this user, for example, he got access to 10 different data sources. Here I can see count of hierarchies in how many ways he can access this data source. The best is 1, so he can access just by 1 way. But for some client, for example, they can access in different way if they are adding to different group ID. And over there, you can see how they access the data. So here you can see the hierarchy is the object ID of the different group ID. So for example, for this data source, the user here is on this group ID, which is on that group ID, which is on that group ID, and furthermore. So you can have all the information about access and who is access your data. So we have 2 other dashboarding regarding this information. These 2, I'm just going quickly on them, but it's about activity through your data lake. So the first one is about global activity. So you can check per user, per operation name on different sources, what's going on it, which user are using it, how requests they are doing and stuff like that. What operations they are doing and stuff. The other is just about denied activity. So 404, 403, 401 to anticipate the denied access and the habilitation problem. And the last one, it's about cost and optimization. So maybe you know it, but on data lake, Gen 1 or Gen 2, you pay for 2 stuff. The first one is the storage. So you pay the storage. On the second one, it's kind of the compute. You pay for the activity. So you pay for read activity and write activity. And write and read doesn't have the same cost. So what we do is we calculate for each data source what is the exact cost according for the storage and the request, and we can divide these different data source per project. So after we can have an information about for one project what it really cost on the different data lake. If I get, for example, here, I can see this project is using 51% of the total cost because it's using 51% of the request. So I can check for different projects. If I click on a project here, for example, I can see it's using all these different sources, and we got a ratio, a project ratio for the cost he has to pay for using these different data sources. And we get also different information about optimization. For example, I don't know if you know it, but on Azure Data Lake Gen 1 and Gen 2, if your files are under 128 megabytes, you got some performance issue when you are using Spark, Python, or other compute. So we are tracking all the small file and giving you the information about the medium file size. And as well, we are to know if a data source is really used, if someone use it, we're checking how many read requests you got on each data source to be sure if the data source and everything you give to the user is really using or not. And I think I'm fine with the demonstration. And
Great. So yeah, okay, so that was the demo. Of course, all our dashboards are directly on our website. But to finish very quickly, to get our solution is very simple. The setup is simple. We will start with the build part, of course, where we install all our solution for one data lake first. This part is totally free for the company and with no commitment. And after 1 month of the use, you can decide to continue and then get the license or simply stop the test and we will remove the solution. And of course, with no additional fee, etc. We're pretty sure the solution can help your company for the management of the data lakes. So we just want to show you and test it to you. We have a strong partnership with Data Galaxy, which is a solution for all the data catalog parts, let's say. And our solution is already in the Microsoft Azure Marketplace. For the vision, of course, as we said, we mostly for the moment working with Azure Microsoft, but in our vision, we really want to be the solution for the technical data in the cloud. So we will continue to improve our solution and move on AWS and Google also. Maybe you can explain more, Alexandre.
Yeah, sure. As I told you, we start with Data Lake. So the next one is going to be Amazon S3, and I am on AWS. And we are already working on a metastore of Databricks on Azure and AWS, and which is not on the slide, but we are on beta test on Snowflake and MongoDB as well. And we are making partnership with these three solutions as well.
Yes, great. So thanks a lot. I don't know if you saw well our presentation or demonstration, because I don't know if the screen was shared. Okay, sorry. If no, don't hesitate to come just after on this network 3. We will be there and we can show you again the presentation if you want. So thanks a lot for everybody, and yeah, see you around.
Yeah, see you. Thank you a lot.